Hey everybody, welcome to Ask the Experts with MASA, where we answer your questions, questions that we've gotten, canopy and sunshade related. Usually these questions come in from webinars or other educational events we do, and we try to answer the questions as best that we can. So today's question comes from Sarah in Newark. Hi, Sarah. Thank you very much for your question today. And your question is actually about fire suppression. And that's a good question. That's something that we get quite often, actually. So as you know, may or may not know, you can run a lot of electrical pieces through a canopy system, whether that's just simply lighting, maybe some kind of a fan, security cameras, signage, even, yes, fire suppression. So your question is about when do we install or how do we install fire suppression? First of all, I'll tell you that fire suppression in a canopy system is generally a very specific, localized requirement. So I'll tell you that right away. And depending on the area that your project is in, it is a very specific local code kind of question. So this is not something out there very common. It is actually kind of an uncommon thing for most of the country, getting fire suppression required in a canopy system outside. But otherwise, it's pretty easy. Just like anything else that you have in a canopy system, anything else wired into a canopy system, it's something that needs to be done as that canopy is being built. The canopy needs to be fully constructed because you're creating a watertight piece of equipment. So it needs to be completely built, completely watertight, and that's when you add in fire suppression, lighting, fans, whatever you're putting in there, because you're going to be penetrating this watertight piece in some way, whether you're drilling in, cutting into it, just attaching pieces that are going to create any kind of a puncture in this watertight piece. So certainly fire suppression, anything like that, as long as that's done, at least the setups are done. You're not going to find fire suppression, lighting, all that stuff fully put into a canopy system. But what you're going to find, and what's critical ahead of time, is any of the attachments, any of the housings, anything that's actually being drilled or cut into that canopy is done as the canopy is being built. So you're going to find that cut, that drill point, you're going to find the hardware put in there, and then everything's going to be welded back in nice and tight. So you don't have any of the problem with that water, which the canopy is meant to hold, mixing with the electrical parts. So yes, fire suppression. And in terms of when it's required, again, not across the board, certainly, but very specific areas locally are going to have this kind of a code. And if that's the kind of code that you are working with in your building project, certainly don't fret about it. As long as you contact very clearly and communicate that with the canopy people who are making your addition to your project, it can very easily be added in. So again, thank you very much for your question. Hopefully that helped you out. And thank you all for coming by and listening. Have a great day.